Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. This is Rhonda and we're going to get right on into the video. I think I mentioned to you recently that I have a couple of projects that I want to get done around the house. Well, we are starting with the first one here, and it is actually going to be something for the bathroom. So we went to Hobby Lobby, I chose my fabric, picked up my other upholstery supplies, and then we headed on over to the Home Depot. I needed to pick up some paint, so I ended up choosing my go-to, and it is the gold Rust-Oleum. And here you'll see that I am spray painting a bench. It is actually the frame of a bench. Now this is one that Shonda had. She found at a thrift store. It's been several years ago, and it ended up not working out for her. She changed around some of her design ideas and it was no longer going to work, but your girl, OMG. I always loved this bench and I knew that it would be pretty in my bathroom, and so she gave it to me, and I just needed to give it, like, you know, it had like a champagne color gold on it. I wanted to just brighten and refresh it a little bit. We both always thought that this was just such a pretty piece, and so I'm so excited to have it. Now when she bought it, it did have the cushion on it, but we knew that we weren't going to use that. It was old and it needed to be reupholstered, and so we just took all of that off and threw all of that away and just started with the metal frame. We went from there. And as you saw, I did pick up a piece of wood while I was at the Home Depot. So after spray painting and leaving it overnight, it is the next day and we're going to get started with the reupholstering. Now I'm going to be doing a refresh in the primary bathroom, and that is where this bench is going to go. And so I have all of my supplies here, and I am indeed kind of considering this to be the start of my spring cleaning. I do have certain things that I want to get done here over the next couple of weeks in preparation for the spring. This is just one of them. Like I said, I have about 2-3 other projects that we're going to be doing here in the house, so I'm excited for that. I plan to clean furniture and just, I don't know, get these projects, things that I kind of had on hold, go ahead and get them done. Well, Shuggy has cut the wood down for me, and he has marked or written for me the date that he cut it and put a little heart on it. I thought that was very sweet. He does little things like that. He's always done things like that throughout our marriage, and he doesn't tell me though, so I often find little surprises. So I set about getting the foam cut down to size, and then I decided to trim a little bit more off just so it'll be a little bit easier to handle. And I actually began stapling it here, as you can see, and then I thought about it. I said, well, you do have the batting. You could have just really done it all at the same time and killed 2 birds with 1 stone. And so you'll see me actually go back and do that, just add them both at the same time. Just thinking back over all of the home decor over the years and the different lamps and curtains and pieces, just all of it. It's always, for me, it's always the things that I have, or I'll say we, that Sugar and I have actually put our hands on, the things that we've kind of done by hand, that are always my favorite, and they still are my favorites till this day. I know Sugar was saying just the other day how much he really enjoyed and how much he likes the landscaping that we did in the yard last year. And I'll leave that video in the description box for you all if you haven't seen it. We added us some little flower boxes, and we added the tree swings. And so, you know, it's just always the things like that that are and will always be my favorites. And so this little bench, the reupholstering, I'm going to add that to my list of favorites. And who knows, it just might end up with one of the kids one day. And then they'll have something that was especially upholstered by mama and signed by daddy. I ended up buying a half a yard of fabric, and as pretty as the fabric is, the cost wasn't, you know, it wasn't very expensive at all. And I really like it. I love that pretty shade of gray that it is. And I don't know if you all are able to tell on camera, but it also has a velvet feel to it. So it looks luxe, but it certainly didn't cost a whole lot. Sugar and my kids always tell me that my mind goes a mile a minute, and I guess it does. I guess because I am a creative type person, but Friends of the Twins, I get inspiration from everywhere, including walking through and looking at fabrics. You know, you can do a lot with fabric. Of course, you can upholster, as you see me doing here, but you know, I have also taken pieces of fabric and framed it. Y'all saw me do that last summer. Or was it springtime on the porch? I'll leave that video for y'all if you want to see it. But I have framed fabric. Of course, mom and I together, well, her mainly because my mom can sew. She has made pillows for me. I can remember last spring or summer walking through a thrift store and seeing a small little piece of fabric that really wasn't big enough to make much of anything with, but I love the pattern on it, and I ended up using it on my table. I took a basket and just kind of draped the fabric, had it kind of hanging out of the basket. No, it wasn't spring or summer. I believe that it was fall 2 years ago. I draped the fabric, had it coming out of the basket, and then I just added some other little things, a pumpkin, a candle holder. Anyway, it ended up being a pretty centerpiece for my table. So, yep, I certainly do. I get a lot of inspiration from just walking through and looking at fabric. With a refresh here in the bathroom, I am going to be changing out all of the wall decor. What I've had in there has been up for the 2 years, and you know your girl, I'm just kind of tired of looking at it. And also I felt that with this piece, it is larger in size, and I just felt like it accented better. I picked this piece up from Ross, and I want to say that it was around $49.99. I do really love the scale of it. I just feel like it, you know, it fits the space better. I've been holding on to it for a couple of months. I've actually had it probably 2 or 3 months, just waiting on the right time to come in. I knew that I wanted to do a refresh, and so, you know, I just decided to wait until I get ready to start with my spring cleaning and kind of redoing for the spring. Now, this set, I bought these as a set, I believe. No, maybe they were separate, but these also came from Ross. And I love these. I love the gold foil that is in them, and it also has that beautiful shade of blue that is very close and similar to the color of my walls here in the bathroom. I've really been enjoying the changes that I've made here in the bathroom. And one thing that you all didn't get to see, but I actually went ahead and did, is I took this opportunity to go ahead and to refresh the paint. You know, any little smudges or anything like that, I also went ahead and just kind of touched up the paint. And I do that periodically. I always keep my paint colors on hand, you know, for any little small touch-ups. I also wanted to tell you that I do not keep the tray over the tub like that on a daily basis. When I do that, it is usually solely for the video, and then I'll keep it up maybe a day or two just for me to look at and enjoy, and then I'll go ahead and take them down. I think that they are so pretty and can definitely be functional. You know, you can have your iPad on there, you can have a nice drink, you can have you some fruit, a book. They are definitely functional, but I do not keep, you know, a tray up day to day. And so I didn't really make a whole lot of changes here in the bathroom, but the ones that I did make, you know, made a pretty big impact, you know, with the new wall decor. I am on the lookout for me some new towels. I would like to change the towels out, and to be honest, I don't even really know what I am looking for. I don't know. I kind of had the thought maybe some floral towels, or I don't know, and I'm speaking of changing out the ones here where the white towels are, but I don't know. I just figure I will know it when I see it, so I'll keep you posted on that. And here is a bench. OMG, it turned out so beautifully, and y'all, I was proud of myself. You know, I always like to get in there and get my hands dirty to a certain extent, but then I want my sugar to come in and kind of back me up too. I have changed out the frames here for our baby pictures. The ones that I had before had more of a vintage feel to them, and I loved them, but I felt like with the wall decor that I chose to go with now, that these more modern frames, you know, would accent better, and I actually like them. I really do like them. I picked those up from Home Goods. I believe they were a set of 3. I hope that you all have enjoyed the tour today, seeing my changes here in the bathroom. I do have other projects coming up really soon. Friends of the Twins, you make the life that you live a life that you love, because life is short. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.